That'll be fun.
Oh my God!
Seriously. Be there or be square.
Welcome back to Fragapalooza 2019. We got some people here with us. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
How's it going, everyone? I'm Tanner, also known as Maverick Zero.
And I'm Doug. I'm known as It's Modanku.
And this is Bushido Style. We're gonna talk to them about exactly why they're here, why they're talking with us right now. You're one of the founding fathers of this community, are you not?
Correct.
So do you want to tell us a bit about that and what it is?
Sure. Basically, Bushido Style started about 2.5-3 years ago on a game called High Octane Drift, which was a free-to-play drift game that had just come out at the time. I had actually met 2 other members, which would be Vicarious, and at the time another member that we do not have in the community anymore. And what he had done is he reached out to me. We were basically doing kind of a tryout thing.
Okay.
I joined in, and then he told me, well, let's put a team together. Let's get some guys that want to consistently come play the game, all that. So we ended up being the 4. And then what had happened is we decided to, our name's Bushido Style, so the traits of the warrior.
Yeah.
So we have 7 traits, and then each driver that is a founding member has their their trait. So, and then it's grown really quickly. We moved from High Octane to Assetto Corsa, and that's pretty much the main sim racing drift. That's the staple now.
So now you said you guys have your own traits. So what's your trait?
Mine's courage.
Courage. Okay. So why is it courage?
We basically just chose what we felt fitting to us.
Okay.
Me personally, I chose courage because I do the graphic design for the team. I do a lot of the artwork on the cars, a lot of the artwork for the textures, the logos, that kind of thing. I was self-taught.
Oh,
so I self-taught all my graphic design and stuff, so it took a lot of kind of courage to take and put my stuff out there and say, this is me, this is the stuff I make for the community.
Okay. That's
So,
awesome. Do you actually want to show some of his artwork quick here?
Yeah, we definitely can.
So do you want to take us through, that's the video, yeah. So this
we
is
run the video first?
Yeah, let's run the video first. The showcase. So this is one of your videos that you put together. Skip ahead to 30 seconds there, Kyle. 27, 28, yeah, 30 seconds there. So take me through this. So this is one of your designs here?
Yeah, this is basically, I'm a huge fan of the Atasha community, and Atasha basically in Japanese means painful car. But what it actually, most of the Atasha community, they like having the anime style wraps on their cars.
Okay.
And I've always liked that with drift cars. I mean, in my personal car in real life has it, and I'm a huge part of
Your
that.
personal car has it
yeah,
too?
I have Atasha all over my car.
Did you design that yourself then for your
No,
car?
I didn't have that design, but I do a lot of the stickers that I do in real life. I've also designed.
Okay.
But I think it's different, especially in the drift scene. You don't see a lot of cars that have an anime character beside of them. So it definitely stands you out. You're not compared to the norm.
Yeah.
So you definitely have your own kind of, I like because it's really your personality, because it's a character you really like.
100%.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then if we look there, and then these are some of your other designs as well, right? That you made.
And you do these all from scratch?
Yeah, they're all from scratch. It's just me thinking of ideas and stuff. First thing I usually like to do is I like to pick a character and then work the car around it, kind of thing.
So are these actual anime characters then?
Yeah, they're all from shows or various different animes out there. Like that one.
Oh, I love that one.
That's
really good.
one of his cars actually I did for him, using a character from SAO.
I hope you charge people for this.
Actually, I don't right now. I most of my team, I will usually, if they come to me and say, hey, I want this, I'm more than willing to put it together for them.
Okay, so I mean, you came into this. You were at like member 35, something like that?
I came in a much later. I actually met the whole group on a mega server on Assetto Corsa known as like the Shitoko Revival Project server. And it's this big Japanese highway that everyone used to go race on. And I met this awesome dude named Vicarious, and he was having some issues with his wheel, and I sat down and helped him out with it, and we just kind of clicked and became really good friends.
Yeah.
And you know, he invited me into the Bushido group, and I just started as just a normal member and started showing my own dedication and helping him out with things, and you know, getting car packs together for certain events we were running. And then eventually it just came to the point where he said, you know, we want you on the 7. Your dedication, your hard work, everything's all paying off.
Yeah.
Let's see what you can do in a full spot here.
So how big is this Discord community?
So when I came into the Discord, which would have been about a year and a couple months ago, it was at about 34 members. Nothing crazy, just a couple guys, and now we're upwards of 280 members. And
That's
still
insane
growing.
in a year, like a year and a half.
It's pretty good growth, for sure.
So how did you guys get into drifting?
Personally, I've always been around cars, wanted to be a mechanic, and drifting's always, I thought, is pretty cool, basically because it's different from your normal racing. There's a lot of style in it, there's a lot of personalization in it, and I think that it's a really tough sport. It is a really tough sport compared to some.
So you've done it in real life too, then?
I personally haven't.
No.
But he's driven real drift cars and stuff like that.
I mean, he's raced as well.
I have raced. I used to do rally. I did Texaco All-Stage Rally in the Caribbean when I lived in Barbados for 10 years. So yeah, I am no stranger to racing.
Oh yeah,
drift is a whole different beast.
It definitely is. I mean, I'm originally from Calgary. I moved up here 3 years ago to wonderful Edmonton, Alberta. I grew up at Race City. I started going there when I was 8 years old, and at this time, drifting was still really new to Western Canada. No one really knew what it was. A bunch of guys from Beyond.ca, which was this car forum back in the day, got together and they put on this drift demo, and I fell in love.
Yeah.
A couple years later, you know, my brother bought a car that we just kept at the track, and I was driving it at 9-10 years old.
Right.
And that just took my love.
And it's really awesome that you can actually take those real life
experiences,
hobbies, and translate that into the gaming world now.
Exactly.
Because Sims have come a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
do you want to pull up the video of his setup quick?
Yeah.
Because like that's pretty cool.
That. While he's doing that, like, you know, a lot of people, they'll sit there and they'll say, you know, oh, it's just a game, this is nothing to real life.
You sent it to me, Kyle.
I can tell you straight up, it's realistic. Driving the way we do, it's all. So yeah, there's my rig there.
That's your rig there, but let's like go to one of the photos of him in the rig. He actually has like a full you have a full VR setup.
So
it's like you're actually driving.
Yeah,
right?
you're actually driving a Bride Lomax 2. I'm running just a Logitech G27, which a lot of people, you know, they're gonna say, oh, you know, it's a cheaper lower end wheel, but you know, it's a really good wheel for anyone looking to get into sim racing.
Yeah.
That's a wheel you would
But
do.
you have modified that G27.
I have, yes.
I can see that.
So I did put a 330mm wheel on it. It's a Momo wheel
That's
using the 3D Rapid 70mm PCD hub, and then it also keeps your original buttons too.
I honestly did not know you could replace that G27 wheel.
Sure
I
can.
thought you had to have the Thrustmaster series.
Yeah, no,
in
and
order
a lot
to
of
do
people
that.
think that, but there are companies out there that are making these modifications for them, and they're really cheap.
So wheel wise, if you had all the money in the world, what would you
if you had
gravitate to?
all the money in the world, you're looking at an AccuForce direct drive. If we scale that back just a little bit, your next step there is going to be the Fanatec. Your Fanatec, either their new direct drives that they just brought out for the consumer market, which will run you about, I'd say $1,000 just for the unit.
Just for the unit.
Not for the pedals, not for
That's
the actual
insane.
wheel that kicks on. So it can get quite expensive. But then you look at my rig there, aside from the Bride Lomax, I mean, that whole thing costed me about $600.
And there's guys that have $6,000 setups.
Yeah.
And they're as close to the real deal as
Like,
you can
are
get.
there guys in your group that have those kind of setups?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So the other thing I wanted to ask you, because I know it's kind of a split community, but what do you prefer? Do you prefer the VR headset being in the car, or do you prefer having a monitor set up where you're kind of still in the real world?
So for my personal opinion on that, once you go VR, you don't go back.
You don't go back.
the main thing with VR is once you've driven on a flat screen and you go to a VR, the VR, you can tell how many feet you have to the outside of that corner. So you really have that judgment of distance to go, okay, I can send this car all the way out to here.
Right.
Whereas a single monitor screen, you're stuck kind of looking at this flat wall.
So you can judge those apexes a lot better.
I also mean like it obviously feels like you're then driving the car
100%.
and like you get that feeling like as you're drifting, that lifting probably in like
just
in your
that
stomach. You're like this is real right now, right?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's definitely a fun time.
So I don't know, do you guys want to talk about like you guys have your own Twitch channels, YouTube channels?
Yeah. So we're on Twitch, Bushido Style, Twitch at Bushido Style. I'm pretty sure that was Bushido Style Official.
Yeah, I believe so.
I think it's Bushido Style Official is our Twitch. Facebook, Bushido Style, you'll find us right away. YouTube, Bushido Style, and everything else, Instagram, Twitter. I think we have Twitter. I'm pretty sure we have Twitter.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I know we were talking earlier about you guys run a lot of tournaments and stuff, right?
Yeah. So when I first started, kind of running the events on the Drift server, my main goal was to get people that have never attempted or tried an event and have just been drifting with their friends to really understand what that kind of competition is. So I started putting together what's known as the Sunday Fun Days. And what it is, it's a full open event that anyone and everyone can come to. We have guys from the Virtual Drift Championship Pro Series that come and attend them, to guys who just got the game a week ago and haven't even had seat time in the cars yet.
Right.
So it's a great mix of just everybody and what you can see from everybody. And we went 12 weeks with that before we did our major end event, which was the Super Sunday Fun Day.
So how many people show up at that Super Sunday Fun Day?
The Super Sunday Fun Day, I think we had almost 58 signups, and then we had about 43 people attend the event. And then we did a top 32 battle, top 16, top 8, grade 4, and then the final 2.
Wow, that's incredible.
And does any of your community guys attend any esports competitions in the drift world? Is there a drift world for like esports?
You guys probably are it, aren't you?
No, we're not it. No. The Virtual Drift Championships.
Okay.
We had a couple guys actually used to compete in our Sunday Fun Days. They went to the VDC licensing event, which is basically your tryout to see if you get your VDC license for the season. And we had a couple guys from that came to the Sunday Fun Day make it into the Pro Series.
Wow.
The Pro
this season.
Series.
Yeah, so I mean, I think there was, out of our Discord, there was 5 in total that got their licenses this year. And we were really happy to see that because they deserved it. We've seen them drive and we knew like these guys are gonna get it. And we were
like
really
are these
excited.
guys that even like have they been with you guys for a while, like part of your Discord, or
I'm thinking of a couple of the names that are right off the top of my head. They've been with us for quite a while. I'd say almost the same time that I have been, if not a couple months in after the Sunday Fun Days started getting word out there through all the different communities.
so obviously over the past year and a half, then they've progressed to a level that's a lot better than they probably started at then, right?
100%, 100% they have. Whether it's
is a lot of the community that you have local?
we're all over.
Yeah,
There is a lot of Canadians. As I found out, there's actually 2 people here that were in my Discord.
Oh,
I was
amazing.
just talking with one random guy, and he was having a question about his wheel. I was like, "Oh, you should come to our Discord." He's like, "Oh, I'm already in it."
So Fragapalooza family.
Yeah, right.
That's awesome.
But we have guys, from Singapore, Europe, like all over the world.
Wicked.
Wow.
I know one of our winners was from Ukraine, and like just all over.
Yeah.
A lot of Americans, a lot of them,
Amazingly, more Europeans.
or Europeans.
We have quite a few Europeans in our group.
Yeah, but there is that American as well.
Well, and I think what's kind of happening is you're getting this transition of digital sports just starting to almost get up to the point of, I don't want to say the word overshadowing, but as we have these younger generations coming up, a lot of them are sticking to the digital.
Yeah.
And we saw like a huge Fortnite win the other day, $3 million prize.
Yeah, $3 million. I saw that win. Insane.
And I think it's only going to keep getting more and more progressive.
It's become a sport, and like
Exactly.
gaming has become a
Absolutely.
sport, and it is. Gaming has become a sport, and people need to understand that today. I think, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So
And-
I hope the drift scene really explodes. I know
Yeah.
I know the F1 scene is
Huge.
solid right
I mean,
now.
the F1 Esports Series is starting up really soon here.
Yeah.
I know they just did their draft picks for
Yes.
everybody, so
Yeah.
And I
that's-
know the drifting in Europe, like the sim drifting, is very popular in Europe. It's a big thing because I know drifting's really
I know a
popular.
lot of guys, like to name one of them, Alan Hines, I think he is his name. His setup is wild, and he drifts in real life too. And a lot of the guys that are pro drivers right now in the virtual drift championships are pro drivers as well in real life.
That's
And-
insane. That's amazing.
And even it's a great way for them to keep on top of their skills,
Yeah.
make sure everything's.
I think
fresh
one
for
of the
them.
accessories that I would love to have is definitely the gyro.
the gyro, yeah, 100%.
Yes.
That's
'Cause
that would be
you
pretty
get
cool.
that force feedback of
Yes.
just movement coming around the apex and the corners.
I have a friend who owns a facility in Calgary that's a VR sim racing facility, and
Awesome.
he all uses the motion
Yeah,
platforms,
yeah.
and it is
That's wicked.
it's a wild experience. If
Yeah.
you've never
So
used it.
I gotta ask you guys too. How many years at Fragapalooza?
So for me, I've been here 3 years now, Fragapalooza.
And this is my first year,
First
thanks
year.
to him. So
Welcome to
Welcome.
Frag.
Thank you very much.
Excellent.
It's nice to
And-
have
and-
you
and-
guys.
And how's your experience so far?
Oh, always enjoyable. I love coming here. It's the one event I look forward to every year because I know it's just a great community of friends and in the long run, family.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you meet one
We're
person.
one big family here.
Yeah, you meet one person one year, and then the next year he forgets his controller. The next year he forgets his controller, and you just bring one now because you expect him to forget it.
Well, yeah, and especially with this community.
Did he forget it?
He lives in Singapore now.
Oh,
Especially with this community, because like for example, when he joined Bushido Style, I didn't even know it, but I knew him from before. I had met him before,
Yeah.
and it was.
you guys had met before? You didn't
Actually,
even
what
know?
had happened is Vicarious had told me, he brought me in, and he's like, I have this guy, he's also from Edmonton and stuff. I'd like you to meet him and stuff. And then I started talking to him, and I found out I had met him at a car meet in Edmonton here before.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty small world out in the drift
And that's
community.
the crazy thing is seeing how small the world is.
I gotta ask this question. What do you guys drive in real life?
I drive an Acura RSX.
Okay.
And then I have two cars right now. I have my 1997 Honda Civic Si.
Of course he's got a Civic.
Yeah. And then I have my 1994 Nissan 180 SX.
Nice.
Yeah. And that one's my drift car. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, first off, I want to thank you guys for coming here today.
And like explaining, I didn't even know this community existed.
Yeah,
Until
and,
today.
And huge shout out to that community, obviously.
Yeah.
If you guys want to do a shout out to
whoever,
your
whoever-
Discord,
Yeah,
your
definitely.
whatever.
I mean, to anyone who's from our Discord listening right now, we love you guys. Keep supporting us. We're going to do the best we can to support you. Big shout out to actually Chris Rogalski of the Virtual Drift Championships. If it wasn't for him, I never would have had this idea. I wouldn't have the cars that we use in all of our events because their team, they go ahead and they make these cars for these pro drivers. They get the tracks together. So big shout out to him definitely for helping us and letting us use these public tracks and the public cars as well in all of our events. It's without him we wouldn't have it.
Yeah.
And
So-
I definitely would like to give a shout out to Vicarious. He's basically our team leader.
Yeah. We can't forget
He's
him.
been there from the beginning. He brought me in when there was the original 4 of us that were in it.
Yeah.
He does a lot of work. for us.
Vicarious was actually supposed to be
Yeah.
here today.
Oh.
Yeah.
Due to some stuff, he couldn't end up coming. He does live in Ontario, so
I'm from Ontario originally.
yeah. So
Maybe I know him.
maybe it is a small world, as we
Right?
found out.
Do you guys want to do a shout out to your YouTube channels, your Twitches?
Yeah, Twitch.
You wanna
Bushido-
get them to- you
Bushido
wanna follow
Style
these
Official.
guys?
Follow it. Make sure anyone that's watching for us follow these guys. Fragapalooza. Get them to affiliate. Go like their Facebook and their YouTube and everything else. Same with us. Go check us out. It's Bushido Style all over the place.
And we also have links to our Discord on our Facebook page. And if you want to find out more about what the community's doing, our announcements, that's probably your
Best bet
way-
is
your-
the Facebook?
Your closest way to find out is go on Facebook.
Kyle, do you
join
want to
our
bring up the
Discord.
page on Facebook on Facebook here? We'll go to a
Bear with us.
Head over to that wonderful Facebook.com.
yeah. We'll bring this up. We'll take a look at
no problem.
Bushido,
Yeah,
Bushido
type
style.
Bushido Style.
We'll just pull that up here quick.
Yeah, 2 words. 2 in civil.
There it is right there.
Top of the page.
So this is your Facebook page.
Yeah, this is our Facebook page. So, and a lot of times too with me, like if I'm out at, and as you can see right there, we actually posted the live stream link from the VDC licensing. So we share a lot of them, and they'll cross post with us too, which is really nice. But this is a great way to get a hold of us. And if I'm ever at the track and I'm at a drift event or even just a race day, I'll go live at the track on our Facebook, and you guys be able to see what kind of the real end of things. But
All right. Well, Fragapalooza 2019. We're still getting right into the thick of things. Lots of tournaments coming up.
Yeah, we got Fortnite coming up right now.
Fortnite right away. We're super thankful to have these guys on the show here. And now a message from our sponsor.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you guys
Thanks,
Thank you so much for having us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.